Hello, in this video I'll show you how to put the front lock carrier or the front end into service position on Audi A4 B7 2 liters TDI. You might want to put the car into service position if you need to replace the cooling fans or the timing belt or some pulleys. Here you can see there is not much space between the cooling fans and the engine, so when you put it into service position you have plenty of space. First, to start by removing the two front wheels, the two wheel arch liners, and then we're going to remove the front bumper. Next, we're going to remove the bolts holding the two wheel arch liners, and then we're going to bring the wheel arch liners to the back so that we get access to the bolts holding the front bumper. If the video is useful, please like and comment on the video and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Next, we'll remove the bolts holding the front bumper here on the side. There's two nuts right there that we need to remove. These are the two nuts right there, and it's the same on the other side. Two nuts on the other side. On the other side, they're behind the windscreen washer tank. In between that hole right there, the two nuts. And as the nuts on holding the bumper on both sides removed, next we're going to remove the engine under tray and any bolts holding the front bumper to the chassis. In my case, the engine under tray is removed, so there's nothing to remove underneath. Now we're going to remove the bolts holding the bumper on top. That's one bolt right there. That's the second bolt. Third bolt is right there. Now that we've removed all the bolts, we're going to pull out the bumper, and it should come out fairly easily. There might be some electrical connectors that might need to be disconnected, depends on the model that you have. If you have parking sensors, there will be electrical connectors, or if you have those halogen lights as well. Next, we're going to remove the two headlights. The headlights are held by 3 bolts. one of them is right there that we need to remove, and there is another two. One of them is right there and one on the rear that we need to only loosen so that we can pull out the headlight. That's the third bolt right there. You need a long extension to get to it. You don't need to remove it completely, just loosen it so that we can pull out the headlight. It's the same as the other bolt that's here on the left. Once the two bolts are loosened and the top bolt removed, we can pull out the headlight, and there is an electrical connector that we need to remove, and then we can take out the headlight. Next, I'll show you the two bolts that we only loosened. That's the one that we removed, and that's the two bolts that we only loosened. And afterwards, when we put the headlight in its place, we just tighten it. In order to remove this headlight, first we need to remove this air intake pipe, because it's in our way to get to the third bolt. That's the third bolt right there. So two bolts need to be loosened on the two sides and the top bolt removed. Next, we need to remove this metal plate. The metal plate is held by two bolts, one right there, and the other one is on the other side right there. Before removing the metal plate, we need to disconnect the electrical connectors on the two horns, because they're gonna be in our way when we try to remove the metal plate. Now that the two bolts are removed, we're going to remove the metal plate. Next, we're going to start putting the front end into service position. So in order to do that, we need to remove those three bolts right there, and the three bolts on this side as well. We also need to disconnect the electrical connector for the AC condenser, which is right there. There is some other cables that are connected, that are held onto this onto the front end, that we need to just remove. And now we're going to remove the three bolts. Next, we're going to remove the other bolts holding the front end. The bolts are, one of them is right there, and on top there's two bolts holding it right there, and the same on the other side, two on top and one on the side. Before removing those bolts, first we're going to get two long screwdrivers to put them into where one of the bolts are standing, so that when we put the front end into service position, we can slide the front end onto the screwdriver. And now we're going to remove the bolts. Before putting the front end into service position, first we need to disconnect the electrical connectors for this cooling fan control module. The two connectors are located right there. And now we're going to remove the bolts on the other side. Now that all the bolts are removed, we can put the front end into service position. Now we just need to pull it out. We can see we haven't removed the cable for the hood. We're going to remove that cable. Now I'll show you the cable for the hood that we need to disconnect. The cable is right there. We just need to pull it out, and then we will remove it, and then we can pull the front end all the way out into service position. Hopefully the video was helpful. Thank you for watching.